Hi everyone, so this is part 2 of the National Dental Hygiene Board Exams kind of videos slash, I don't know, is this like commentary? I don't know, like a series. Anyways, so this is the part 2 of that, whatever this is. So one of the things from the board exams that I found was that it was very stressful. You know, from the lead up after your graduation to the board exams, there's an immense pressure that you have. So if you were already worried about graduating and there's already the looming board exams, it's so hard for your mental health. So one thing that I found about handling the stress is that I did not let the pressure of the board exams get to me while I was still in school. So while you're still in school, focus on your clinicals, focus on your school exams, school tests, anything. So just focus on school solely and your placements there and you'll be okay. Don't think about the board exams. Just keep it in the back of your mind, but don't let it stress your mind. You know, graduating is already stressful enough, like very stressful to the end. You're gonna have so many requirements that you need to do for your clinics. You're gonna have so many tests, so many group projects, so many projects of your own, so many assignments. You're gonna be so stressed you're not gonna even think about the board exams, to be honest. So while I was doing school, I didn't think about it. I only signed up, and signing up was pretty easy. You just need a digital photo of yourself, which is passport size, and I'm gonna put my photo here if I still have it, and also fill out the application form. And after the cutoff time for the applications for the board exams, you're going to pick a date and time for your board. So you're gonna pick a date and time of when you're gonna take your boards. And here in Canada, there's 3 months in 1 year that they're gonna do the boards, and in those 3 months it's only 2 days. For me, it was either Monday or Tuesday. So it was Monday, January 20th and Tuesday, January 21st. So there's also 2 times in those days, is 9 a.m. and 2 a.m. and I chose 9 a.m. There's a reason why for all of this. So you know yourself. You need that 1 more extra day, take it. If you need, I don't know how many more hours to get there, take it. Take the 2 p.m. If you know yourself, take whatever day and time you need so you know you're prepared. For me, I can't do 2 p.m. because when I wake up, I'll be so nervous I can't even think. Like I'll just pace, I'll hype myself up to the max that when I get there at 2 p.m. or 1:30, because you should be there like 30 minutes before. When I get there, I'm gonna be so nervous and can't even think. So that's why I took 9 a.m. It's because I knew that when I wake up, bam, I'm gonna be there right away and I'll just get it done and over with. That's my personality, that's who I am, and you have to know yourself and how you are during tests. Another reason why I didn't take the next day, the second day, is that I do not want to have an extra day, because again, I know myself, I will be so hyped up on the second day. I will not know what to do when that Monday comes, because I'm like, oh my god, like everyone else is taking everyone that I know is gonna be taking the board exams on Monday. There's some people that I'm gonna be taking, like how are they gonna feel, and like blah 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 blah. Like I'm gonna get wrapped up in myself and in my head about the board exams. So if you know yourself, try to make your timing and your day as less stressful as possible. My timing for my studies. So in between the time that I graduated, so my last day of school versus the board exam, the day of the board exam, there was 1 month and some days in between. So I graduated in December and I took the boards in January. I was really stressed about the holidays. So I had to make sure that I could celebrate the holidays and still study for the boards. One thing that I did is, which I kind of am glad that I did, is that the week after I graduated, I studied only for 2 days. That already gave me a boost on the studying because I knew that those 2 days are really helpful because my last 2 days of studying, I barely touched at all, which I'm gonna get into. That kind of accommodated on my scheduling of how I'm gonna take on the holidays. The week of December 23rd to the 1st, I didn't do anything. So that whole days, I did not do any studying. So I had to accommodate like timings for those. And it was really hard for me because, you know, like I really wanted to enjoy my holidays, yet I had to study for this. So one thing that I recommend is that get in as much studying as you can before the holidays and start as soon as possible after New Year's. I studied as soon as possible because timing is so important for you to have in order to study for the board exams. So another thing that I didn't get to mention this in the other video about student RDH is that they have a printout of the schedule, like of a calendar that you can use to study for the boards, and that's what I used. I used any agenda, any calendar that you have to study for the boards and write those courses out. So you have 17 courses. I did 2 courses per day, and there were some times where I did 3 courses per day because it was short enough so I can squeeze it in. And yeah, so really space out those big courses. Those big courses, don't do 2 big courses in one day or else you're gonna be screwed. You're gonna be like, oh my god, my head hurts. So what did I use for studying? I actually used student RDH, which I did review, which is part 1 of this National Dental Hygiene Board series, and I'll link that down below. So I did use student RDH and the National Dental Hygiene Board Exam Mosby's review questions. So I'll pop the textbook cover over here. Yes, so I did use that. The National Hygiene textbook thing is actually not like a regular textbook where you have a lot of bunch of information written down on it. It's not that. It's actually just review questions and the answers for it. So that's what I used to study, is that every course that you need to know, you have the questions from it for the from Mosby's. So that's another source that you can get to study from. And yeah, student RDH was a really big help. It had everything, and you guys can know all about it in my review in the other video. When did I use those? So student RDH I used all throughout. So when did I use them? I used the student RDH throughout the whole process of me studying, and then I used the Mosby's questions on actually the last 2 days that I was studying. So after, you know, studying from student RDH, yes, I had the quizzes, yes, there was mock exams. I used that textbook for a reason, because they were actually questions that I can quiz myself if I actually knew everything. Another source that I did go from, I'm not sure if the American boards do this, but the Canadian boards, on their website you can actually buy the prep tests, which are around $25 each. There's only 4, and those 4 tests each, there's 75 questions. So you can actually get a similar test from the National Dental Hygiene Board exam in Canada. I'm not sure about the American one, and test your knowledge there. And they're also going to tell you if you get that right or wrong. There's also a free PDF sample questions from the National Dental Hygiene Board exam in Canada, and you can actually, if you look hard enough, I'm gonna link that down below so you can actually get in there and see that there is a PDF. Although there are not a lot of questions, I think there's only I want to say 30, not a lot of questions on there. So I used the prep exams in conjunction with the Mosby's textbook. So yeah, so the last few days were literally just quizzing myself and going back to student RDH if I needed to. So that's it, you guys. If you guys need to know a little bit more about the Canadian boards, please don't hesitate to tweet me on my Twitter, or even comment on any of my pictures on Instagram, and I will be very available for you guys to answer any questions about it. However, I cannot answer questions specifically about the questions in the board exams because there is a legal reason for that. That is a security thing. Yeah, so if you have any other questions about that, comment down below as well. You know, you can always comment that down. For any other tips and tricks that I forgot, I can also tell that to you guys in the comments if you guys are interested. And yeah, so if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, and maybe I can make a video out of that for you guys. And yeah, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that post notification bell for any more dental hygiene related videos on this channel, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.